Someone put out a calendar for the Beis Hamikdash. People are wondering, wait a minute. I checked a calendar. It says the moon is supposed to appear at a certain point. And the moon, as far as he was able to calculate, this fellow who put out a calendar, what he thinks they're going to do in the Beis Hamikdash, he basically decided when the Hebrew months are going to begin, not by set rules, but by astronomy, when the moon is supposed to appear each month. And already someone's asking, wait a minute, according to the astronomers, the moon will not be visible Wednesday night. We're at Leil Rosh Hashannah in Eretz Yisrael. That means there's no chance the Sanhedrin would have been able to declare Wednesday night already, Rosh Hashannah, or early Thursday morning to tell everybody today is the first of Tishrei. Instead, they would have to tell everybody, sorry, no witnesses. The only time the moon might become visible is Thursday night. And that's already night 31 since the start of Elul. So Tishrei, the first of Tishrei, officially would be Friday this year if we were doing things right. Wait a minute. Didn't the Sanhedrin have a conspiracy to make two things that we all precedent? They did not want Rosh Hashanah to be Friday, and they wanted Elul to be 29 days long. And already, God willing, the reestablishment of a true Sanhedrin this week, its first order of business would be to establish what day is the first of Tishrei. And what are they going to have? They're going to have a situation where an Elul was 30 days long, and the first day of Tishrei ended up being Friday. Two no-nos. What's wrong with the first of Tishrei being on Friday? Well, it'll lead to a Yom Kippur after Shabbos, Motzei Shabbos. So as Rav Kapach pointed out, the Rambam didn't feel it's such a problem. The Lo Adu Rosh thing is a technical issue trying to make it so that when you actually see the moon, that's when you observe your Rosh Hashanah. So there's a certain odds. 3 out of 7 days don't establish when 3 out of 7 days when you have the molad don't make it Rosh Hashanah, and even then a quarter of the time that remains of that also don't make it Rosh Hashanah molad zakein. So a quarter times 3/7, right? 4/7 times a quarter. What's 4/7 times a quarter? 3/7. Basically, this works out that you can only make Rosh Hashanah 3/7 of the time of the day when they actually have the molad. Okay, that's a more esoteric idea. So the answer to this is that if there was a true Sanhedrin, the Sanhedrin would have already known about what's going to be happening this month, and the Sanhedrin would have worked it out many months in advance, the lengths of the intervening months, to make it that this Elul would be 29 days. If they knew that they had no way to get out of this whole Lo Adu Rosh thing, and then they'd have to make a Rosh Hashanah, a first of Tishrei on Friday, let's say next week, 8 days from now, then they would have already planned it at least to make Elul, this month right now, start a day later. They could have done a thing like that. That's one thing they could have done, for example. And so that's something they used to do. Or they could have said it's more important for them for Rosh Hashanah to not be on Friday. And they knew they can't make Rosh Hashanah on Thursday. So they would have conspired to make it that already Elul starts later, and that this 29-day Elul would end on Shabbos this year. Okay, Shabbos would be Rosh Hashanah. Okay, that's something they could have done.